Hey guys, welcome to Michelle's Weekly Minute. Now today I wanted to go over with you interest rates and what's been happening in the mortgage industry with all of this going on. And I'm also going to give you a quick update on the market, where we're standing right now. Now, a few weeks ago, I posted a video. A lot of people were fearful whether or not this was going to be a repeat of 2008-2009 mortgage crisis. And all indications are still, it is not going to affect us. This is business as usual. Once we get through this social distancing virus and we can come out of this, it's going to be business as usual. In fact, it still is technically a little business as usual here in the Indianapolis area because real estate is considered an essential business. So people still move, people get transferred even when things like this is going on. People have leases coming due, they're in apartments and they don't want to renew their leases, so they need to buy a home. So in fact, that just recently happened to me last week. I had a couple reach out to me, newlyweds in an apartment, lease was expiring in June, didn't want to renew their lease, wanted to get approved to get buying something, actually was able to get them something this weekend, this past Sunday, went out looking at new construction because that's what they wanted, found something that works for them, got them under contract, and they're extremely happy because they don't have to rent anymore. So business is still happening here in Indianapolis. In fact, Friday, April 3rd, I posted a statistic based on our board that puts out a range of things that are happening. And as of April 3rd, I did a 7-day range going back, okay, what had happened in the last 7 days. Since then, we had 651 new listings in the Indianapolis metropolitan area. That means people went under contract to list their home. We had 836 pending sales. That means people actually put offers in, they were accepted, and they went to pending status. They were on their way to a closing date. And we had 951 sold transactions. That means 951 people in the last 7 days from Friday, April 3rd, had actually went to a title company, closed their home, exchanged keys with new buyers, and actually moved in to their home. So business is still happening and moving in the metropolitan Indianapolis area. Now I want to talk a little bit about interest rates. Now, March 15th, when the Fed cut the rate to zero, interest rates were bouncing a little bit before that. Let's back up a week. Basically, I talked to a couple of my lenders that week, and they said that interest rates had popped up to a full percentage point. I mean, so we were in the mid 3s. They went all the way up into the mid 4s. So the Fed ends up on March 15th cutting the federal rate to zero, which a lot of people think that affects mortgage rates, but it really doesn't. That is more, the Fed rate actually affects more of your credit card interest rates and your car loans and things like that, bank loans, but not mortgage rates. But it did help the mortgage rates at that time. They started to tick downward. So now where we're at, the mortgage rates are basically back in the mid 3s where they were prior to, like, right around the first part of March. So we're back there. But what's happening is what's going on currently in the mortgage industry is mortgage brokers, there's a lot of them out there. And a lot of them actually, they're owned by, people, they run a business. And what is happening is they're basically saying, listen, they're changing the rules every day, basically, because they're concerned about what's going to happen with the things that they've got in their pipeline and things that they have to do internally with mortgages and stuff. So they're changing the rules on a regular basis. So I reached out to one of my lenders last week before I took my couple out on Sunday. I wanted to see what programs and stuff was going on with her. And she told me she couldn't even do an FHA mortgage right now. She said it was her company had said, don't even process FHA unless it's a credit score of 700 or above. They were pushing conventional. Now, I reached out to another lender of mine here locally, and he said it was business as usual for him for FHA because they are Ginnie Mae approved. They're one of 90 companies that are Ginnie Mae approved. So business as usual, meaning they basically minimum FICO credit score of 580, your 3.5% interest rate, which whatever FHA is offering, no big deal. So you know, it really is important that you work with a lender, especially during this time, that knows how to get you to closing, depending on what your situation is. Now, I always like to have a pool of lenders that I work with. I've got several people I work with, and I always screen my buyers ahead of time to figure out exactly what we're looking at so I know exactly where to send them. Because it's kind of like if you broke your arm, you wouldn't go to a heart doctor if you broke your arm. You would be sent to an orthopedist because that's a specialist in the bones that works with that, okay? But if you had a heart condition, you would go to a heart specialist. So it's the same thing in the industry, the mortgage industry. There's specialists, and I have several lenders I work with. So it's extremely important during this time that you're working with somebody that can actually get you to closing. So if you need help with that, feel free to reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to help you. But I just wanted to share with you today that if you're a seller and you need to sell your home, don't be scared of what's going on. Go ahead and list your home because there are buyers out there buying. There are people out there buying because real estate is considered essential business. Now, as of yesterday, the governor did change a few things with us, and all realtors are going to be abiding by that. But it's basically the same. Social distancing needs to be practiced. Try to set up virtual appointments as much as possible. I know a lot of the title companies local are doing what they call parking lot closings, where you've got the buyers in one car, you've got the sellers in another car, and the title clerk is going between the two to get the signatures, and keys are being exchanged that way. Hey, whatever we need to do during this time to actually get everybody moving and get things closed, that's what we're going to do. Now, if you have any questions about my video that I've posted today, or any of the videos I've posted in the past, or just have questions in general about, you know, you're not sure if you should list your home right now, and just want to talk to somebody about that, I can help you with that. I can also help you if you're a buyer, maybe your lease is expiring or you're just not really sure what to do. Feel free to reach out to me. My information's in my bio. We can actually schedule a Zoom virtual appointment. We can talk over the phone. We can talk via email, whatever you prefer is fine with me. So feel free to reach out to me. My information is in my bio on my Instagram and Facebook page, and I'd love to help you guys. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.